Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/ask Reddit by Planet Reddit. What's something you didn't realize for years members of the opposite sex do? I didn't realize how much girls think about the possibility of getting raped, assaulted when they go out. Makes me take for granted the fact that I don't have to really worry while walking home from work at night. Edit. Thanks for the gold whoever did that. I don't know what I did to deserve my new powers, but I'll try to do nothing but good with them. It never even occurred to me until I was talking to a female friend about how awesome solo midnight walks are. I didn't understand why she wouldn't want to until she mentioned that she was afraid she might be raped. This fact make me uncomfortable passing a woman who I'm walking faster than late at night. I usually try to take a wide loop around them, cross the street, or just take a different route to avoid making them nervous. I imagine how I would feel walking in a bad part of Detroit at night. I'd probably be very nervous if I heard someone walking behind me and getting closer. I just wanted to thank you for doing this. The fact that you go out of your way literally to make strangers on the street feel a little safer makes me so grateful. Seriously, thanks. 3. That guys unstick their balls, and it feels damn good. And long step angels burst into song. Edit. First gold ever. Thank you, stranger. I'm more of a what's this? Are my keys kind of guy. The flush before you're done peeing toilet game you gentlemen do. Edit. Thought it was self-explanatory, but since I'm getting a million messages asking what this is, apparently the game is to flush in the middle of peeing and see if you can finish before the toilet is done flushing. Timing is everything. Today I learned I did not invent this game. Especially at the urinals. We call it the flush rush. For a while as a kid all I heard was girls don't have a wee-wee, so I thought all they had were balls. It took me a while but I figured it out eventually. Edit. THX4 gold. I've learned that girls screenshot everything and anything you say and post it in group messages. I have a friend who hasn't fully realized that anytime he tells my friends essentially how much he still likes me, I will find out within 10 minutes of the end of their conversation. I'd never be that dumb. Tom. Spilling your guts to untrustworthy people isn't normal, but when you're high on old books it is. Tom. Not even once. This is amazingly dumb of me, but up until I was in HS, I thought girls only used tampons pads to prevent potential leaks. I just bet chicks had a sphincter muscle in their V and they sort of held in all their period stuff until they went to the bathroom. Just like pooping. God, I wish. My boyfriend thought this too, except he thought the pads were just cause we were too lazy to wipe. Definitely a man's perspective. Source. Have again. For years I thought women wanted to hear that they looked better without their makeup, until I realized women almost seem to think of beauty as a learned skill instead of an inherent quality, and that fashion and makeup are appealing to them because it's something about their appearance that they have full control over. Now when I hear a guy claiming makeup disgusts them and that they think their crush flirt target wants to hear they look better without it, it sounds desperate and like they don't actually understand or like that woman's femininity. It sounds like they're basically saying you did all this hard work for nothing, and women would rather hear that it was worth it and that all that hard work was appreciated. I'm sure I'm getting something wrong in this. I've never really shared this thought or realization with anyone, so I don't know how accurate it actually is. Obligatory edit. Oh damn. I actually got guilt for this? Neat. D. I'm not in any way saying that's what's going on if you just don't like makeup. I'm sure for most of you who don't it isn't. I just thought I should explain that better and explain the distinction between what I'm talking about and guys who just don't like working around their girls' makeup at intimate moments, or who just don't like obvious makeup. If I'm not wearing makeup and a guy tells me I look good, I enjoy it. If I'm wearing makeup and a guy tells me that I shouldn't because I look better without, then I get annoyed because I enjoy wearing the makeup and feeling good with it on, and don't enjoy getting told that I basically should not have done something I feel good in. I think you are for sure on the right track. Tear people apart with their gigantic claws. Wait, that's bears. Never mind then. Bears are human. Winks off redemption. Edit. Thanks for the karma Aknads. Women check out the bulge in a man's pants. I always thought guys wearing tight pants just had a strange fashion sense, but apparently they are giving women a show. Excuse me? I came to this thread to have a good time and I'm honestly feeling so objectified right now. PM me your bulge. New username right there. Enjoy sex. Somehow I was convinced it was just a favor girls would do for guys if they were feeling generous or bored. Sitcoms. Edit. Quick, everyone say marriage. I'm a girl and I didn't know that until college. High school was hard. That's because people talk about girls giving it up to a guy, or don't let him do that to you. We grow up being taught that sex is something a guy does to a girl, or gets from a girl. If a girl likes sex, it was humiliating. At least how I grew up, but not for a guy. I didn't know it was enjoyable and okay for both have sex until college. In my freshman year of college, one of my guy friends was horrified to hear that girls' periods last a week. He thought we had symptoms for a week and then let all the period blood out at once like going to the bathroom. He thought that pads and tampons were for if you knew you wouldn't have enough time to go to the toilet to let it out. Oh my god. Just imagine letting it all go at once. That's horrifying. While convenient, just imagine the aftermath. Edit. Words. I'd take one bad bathroom trip a month compared to what I go through now. Did you skin a deer in here? WH. What? Women pheromones attract bobby pins, causing them to multiply and hang around all over the house or apartment. Let me tell you about bobby pins. I put 10 bobby pins in my hair one day for a performance. After the performance, I pulled out all 10, showered, brushed my hair, and went to bed. The next day, I woke up, brushed my hair again, and had to put in the same 10 bobby pins again. I specifically know it was 10 because I'd lost all of the others. That night, I pulled out 11 bobby pins. The yuccas were breeding in my hair. Girls don't pee out of the same hole you yuck apparently. It was years until I realized they didn't pee out of their butt. It took me until I was 9 to figure out they peed at all. They pee? Next thing you're gonna tell me is that they poop. I worked with a 25-year-old gentleman, let's call him Paul because that's his real name, who believed every woman in the world had their period at the same time. When he told me this I burst out laughing because I imagined that he saw women's periods as a werewolf change brought on by a full moon or something. God, I miss Paul. Edit. I realize periods sync up to a certain extent. Please stop telling me this. I think you are missing the point that our dear mutual friend Paul believed that the symptoms and blood flow began at the exact same moment in time for every single woman on the planet. I didn't think that women farted until I followed my extra wide bottomed aunt up the stairs out of the church basement. I was 7 years old, right behind her. Behind her took me by complete surprise. The horrible odor permeated my nose and mouth. I could taste it. Made me dizzy. That's when I stopped believing in God. I did not know about morning wood until my roommate and I watched the proposal, then had her boyfriend explain to us the line "it's the morning." At age 21. I had to explain to my then boyfriend's younger brother's girlfriend what morning wood was because they were having a huge blowout fight about how he just wanted sex all the time. All the time. Even in the morning. You just want sex. Yep, that was a fun night. Edit. It. Half the people want morning sex and the other half is insulted by the mere concept of morning wood equals wanting morning sex. He thought erections were 100% controllable? Imagine the power. You could punch people by releasing and retracting really quickly. I learned on r/ask women that sometimes when they fart a little bit of the gas can get trapped in the V, creating a little fart bubble in there. If they swiggle around then it gets released. Let me clarify, it gets trapped in the seal of the lips, not in the V. In that case guys can relate. I have had farts get stuck under my ball sack right at the taint and have to adjust to let it loose. Happens a lot sitting in my leather chair. Girls pee in the shower too. I learned this the awkward way. A hidden camera? Not even. The first time I ever experienced shower fun, I walked in and didn't announce myself. Opened the curtain and couldn't unsee. You know Zoidberg from Futurama? How he does that whoop 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 crab walk. That's what this looked like. I found out around 16ish that when NS become erect it happens in twitches. I thought they just went up in one motion. Like one of those pipe whistles. Edit. Did not expect this much feedback, since I was 5 hours late to the party. To clarify, I probably should have said pulses. as in the blood pumping into it. However, it doesn't happen in one motion as I previously thought, at least the 4 I've seen. Generally it happens in pulses. There were probably other times when it just came up and I didn't see it, so maybe then it did happen like a slide whistle. For the guys confused by this, maybe your N works differently. It's with a beat of the heart. With each pulse, there's another surge of blood. The same principle applies to it deflating. It's super hilarious to watch and secretly giggle about in your head while basking in the sexy times afterglow. Edit. I'm mad that my top comment on either of my accounts is about N inflation. The first paragraph in your comment has the makings of a hit love song that's actually about a N. Edit. I'm happy that my top comment is about a N love song. I am learning so many things in this thread. Not wash their hair every day. Some women only wash their hair a couple times a week. If you're sweating a lot in a day, you shower, but the natural oils in your hair are what keep it looking good. Using shampoo every day destroys it. I'm a guy with buzzed hair and I still wash it every day. How else is it going to smell like daffodils? OMG. Girls, did you smell that massive un today? Daffodils. I'd like to know if girls do this. As a man, if I walk into a bathroom where one other man is shitting, he will almost 100% of the time sniff to make a noise that I'll hear every yucking time. If I'm pooping, I usually just sit there in complete silence and pray that the other woman isn't in there too long. Then there's that awful moment when she's in there to poop too and it's a standoff. Whenever I'm in a public bathroom stall dropping a deuce and another dude come in, I will wait silently for him to leave. Although if I hear a stall door lock and the sound of him getting ready to take the Browns to the Super Bowl as well, I'm like, "Uck it. He's going to shit too. I'm shitting. He's shitting. We're shitmates. We all do it. Whatever." I didn't realize until fairly recently that some guys wear underwear under their swimsuits. My swimsuit is basketball shorts, so I wear boxers with those. Or else when I get out of the water all you see is a bulge where my shorts are suctioned to my D. Makes sense. I've seen guys wear swim trunks with boxers. I think they said something about the mesh being uncomfortable. Ah yes, the internet. I didn't know till my 20s that girls had to go to the gynecologist routinely. I always thought they only went when they're pregnant or something is wrong. Serious question, though. Do you really have to go regularly if nothing is wrong? Isn't a bit like how some people won't go to the dentist for 3 years if they don't have any obvious reason to. Edited to add. I have learned today. I always used the Netflix password for that. Holding the birth control hostage would be all too counterproductive. No, it would be reproductive. Join our community Discord, link in description. Every girl I know seems to be in denial that guys jack off all the time, especially if it's a guy they like. Well, not what they do but what they have. Girl bathrooms have couches in them. When my teacher told me, I thought she was ducking with me until the entire class, like 90% girls, agreed with her. Only really fancy bathrooms. What, am I just too poor and non-fancy to have been in contact with this phenomenon? Also, what are they used for? Browsing the gossip mags while you listen to other people's butt trumpets? Usually they are for use of breastfeeding women. I didn't realize girls are just as immature about farts as guys are. Women accidentally get blood on the underside of the toilet seat as or more often than I get pee on the top side of the toilet seat, and somehow I'm the gross one. Wait, what? We do? We don't have any reason to check under there unless cleaning, so this is news. Disgusting. I'm so embarrassed. After living with 3 women for a while, can confirm, it happens. Best I can imagine happening is that some ladies just grab hold of the tampon string and yank it out like they're trying to start a lawnmower. I've got no idea how that kind of splatter pattern could come about otherwise. Edit. Thank you, kind stranger, for my first gold. Also, I did not expect my top voted comments to be about bloody tampons splooshing on the underside of the toilet seat. Just grab hold of the tampon string and yank it out like they're trying to start a lawnmower. Absolutely lost it. How much women talk about men until I started hanging out with my sister and her friends. It all revolves around men. And in such hyper-picked detail there is almost no life left in the sex stories. I'm talking down to if the guy had a zit on his behind or how much fluid was in the condom after. Black. Guys just go yeah I hit that and then it's back to business. I just want to clarify that not all girls do this. None of my friends nor I ever discussed those types of things. They're personal. The farthest we ever went on the topic was when we lost our virginity and if it was good or bad. Because that's something you always hear as a girl, that your first time will be so painful you'll cry. Girls' PPS can come inverted. And it can only be just one. Source: my OS. Hooray for Winkajits. It took me a long time to realize that women try as hard as men do to look good, be cool in front of people they are interested in. Store hide items in their bras. I didn't think OS could get any better. What a fool I was. This is so embarrassing. But I'm female, and I didn't know myself that I was supposed to wipe after peeing until I was in middle school. Let's just say, before that, I always smelled like pee. Nobody ever told me I was supposed to do that, and I wasn't bright enough to figure it out on my own. It only occurred to me when a friend of mine was going to the bathroom to pee at my house and asked me for some toilet paper. Then I connected the dots and thought that might solve my issue with always having dirty underwear. I wasn't a smart kid, I know. Edit number 2. No, my parents didn't teach me that. At least I don't remember them teaching me that while potty training. And they are not religious, but they are really uptight. All I know about sex and my own body now, I had to learn on my own. Hell, once I asked my mom to buy me tampons cause I was done with how messy pads are, and she told me no cause those are for old ladies. And I also asked her plenty of times, while still underage, to take me to a gynecologist, and she never did. Once she made a weird comment about trying to find a gyno who wouldn't break my hymen while checking me down there. So yeah, you can guess what type of education I had. Edit number 3. And the most karma I've ever had is from admitting I didn't know how to wipe. Lovely. Or that's actually rather sad. I learned that guys never ever talk in the bathroom. I'm a bit jealous. I have several colleagues who will continue a conversation as I'm peeing. It's really awkward. I like to pee in silence. I didn't realize males don't pee themselves if they have to go and laugh too hard. It's like a superpower. Best way for a man not to piss himself. Get a boner. It shuts down the urge to pee cause we think we are gonna have sexy time. Wieners are such morons. I dated a guy in high school who thought pregnant women had contractions when they went into labor. A cigar cutter just came out. The time between contractions is getting shorter. Holy shit, a cotton gin. Women's bathroom activities. This thread sums up the failure of sex education in schools. Edit. Thanks for the Reddit gold. Totally did not expect it. First time. I didn't know that periods last multiple days. I thought it was a one-day thing. I can't believe how many guys in this thread didn't know this. Didn't you hear the 5-7 days thing in health class? I never thought guys would love getting pampered with beauty products and spas, but I was so wrong. I have so many guy friends who are using me as an excuse to go for spa sessions. How much time women take to self-evaluate themselves physically. It's sad and kinda gross when you realize the lengths they go to in order to be some random sense of beautiful. That some guys actually sit while pissing. When I was younger I thought that this wasn't physically possible. Bro, you know, when we shit, we almost automatically pee too. This isn't really addressing the prompt, since it's something members of the same sex do, but I recently realized guys who are having friendly conversations rarely do so facing each other directly. They are either side by side, or standing in an L shape. It blew my mind when I read that and realized that I had been doing this my whole life without consciously realizing it. I didn't realize until college just how messy some girls could be. Some of my friends' dorm rooms always looked like they just got hit by a tornado. Well, I've read through this thread and have come to a conclusion. Women apparently do poop. Took me the longest time to figure out why laundry detergent ads bragged about getting out grass stains and blood. I'm like, you gotta hit the grass pretty hard to draw blood. Line the interior of their VS with some sort of kelp paste to keep their pubic lice from getting a handhold as they try to storm the uterus. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about women to dispute it. I'm a lady. What the actual luck are you talking about? You know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.